And welcome to the morning show on this Tuesday. I'm Marshall Shore.
I'm always like, did I do a gummy? Why is Marshall talking? Okay. Dramatic effect.
Exactly. Well, I'm trying to draw it out because to mourn the fact we still have no tacos.
We still have no tacos. You know what? We should do breakfast tacos from, I'm blanking on the name, but I love breakfast tacos so much.
That's a good idea.
And you can have them. It's only egg and potato.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We'll have our crack team get on that.
Brian! I know. Anyway, this is Marshall Shore.
Oh, that's right. I'm Marshall Shore, and this is
Melissa Farley.
And where are we?
The fabulous
Arizona Center. That's right, on this Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right. So, you know, we have I wouldn't say a long-standing tradition. We have a short tradition that we're doing briefly of.
We've done like 5, Marshall. Is that a tradition yet?
So, I don't know, but we seem to only remember one from yesterday.
Tenet.
Tenet, exactly. All right, so today being Tuesday, April 8th on 2025, our word is kitsch.
Ooh.
So kitsch.
Good word for both of us.
Exactly. So they define it as something that appeals to a popular or lowbrow taste and is often of poor quality.
Boo.
I would disagree with that poor quality.
And lowbrow.
I don't say some lowbrow, some highbrow. I mean, it's a little bit of. So, all right. So their sentence is.
I feel strongly about that one again.
I know. I'm kind of like they're using it as such a negative word, and I'm like.
We love kids.
I feel seen.
But not in a good way.
Right. He has long been a collector of Americana, and his home is cluttered with a variety of Cold War era kitsch.
You probably think the sense about you, don't you?
Well, you know, it's funny because they don't have my photo right there.
I know.
I mean,
it's like, did they write that for you, Marshall?
I know, in my little 1956 ranch. So, yeah. So there you go. I mean, hence, I'm wearing snails on my shirt for
We
kitsch.
are like the king and queen of kitsch. So,
completely. I mean, we have cowboy boot
I have
pillows.
cowboy boot pillows.
Indeed.
I've got a rag doll in our ice bucket. Like, come on.
Right. So yeah. So I can easily fit kitsch into my daily conversation.
I'm pretty sure we do.
I was going to say, it wouldn't be the first
regularly.
time that I've tried to do that, just because it's like, oh.
Okay, now try to work kitsch and tenet into the same sentence today. That's your new challenge.
Oh, actually,
We should make that a growing thing. Like every day we have to.
Have you seen some of those words? Do you really want to have to try and relate them back to something else other than?
So far this week we're doing okay.
Well,
though.
so far this week, but it's only Tuesday. So who knows when
kitsch is one of the core tenets of our.
Oh, completely.
morning show.
I mean,
there we go. I just did it.
Of my life, pretty much. I mean, my life is kitsch.
It is.
So, hence why I'm wearing a delightfully loud tie.
All right. Well, we love the word. We don't love the insulting definition.
Yeah.
But
the negative lowbrow definition is not an our tenet.
no.
So, but we have a great show for you today, and we'll be back right after this break with a fun guest that will help you learn how to manage where we are and your skin. Good morning and happy Tuesday, and welcome back to the morning show. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We are here
at the fabulous Arizona Center. Indeed, we are. You know, so I'm excited for our next guest because as we have the weather here, but we know what's coming. Mm-hmm. And so skin is always out there in the sun, and so
yeah,
I'm hoping she's got some tips on things we can do.
I'm willing to bet that she does. We've got DelRae here.
Hello, guys.
Hi,
hello.
How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Yeah, so it's kind of a lengthy journey. I've been doing this for about 11 years. I started off not really knowing what I wanted to do, like a lot of us, you know, and so I went into the medical field and was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and turns out you cannot be a surgeon and have multiple sclerosis. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's like a neurological disorder where your immune system attacks your brain, basically.
Why can't you be a surgeon if you have it?
Because you get tremors. So like I will shake, similar to Parkinson's and things. Not everyone has it, but oftentimes depending on sleep, stress, food intake, all those things, it'll affect that. So suddenly I had to come up with a new life plan. And so weirdly enough, this business was kind of thrust into my lap by accident. And so I started down the path of cleaning up my lifestyle. I didn't want to do all of the typical treatments that they do for the disease. So I decided to go chemical free and find alternative ways to treat myself, and really had success with that. And then just along that journey, I always struggled with my skin, but was still fascinated with the biology side of life, and they kind of came together. And then the evolution of me finding herbalism and then becoming an esthetician as well in there all kind of just blossomed into this thing that I have 11 years later.
Wow.
Very cool.
That sounds almost like impossible to me, like to go chemical free. Like I just can't even.
Yeah, it's been a journey.
Yeah.
And we, I tell everybody who's interested in like trying it or starting it or doing it, do not do it all at once. It's expensive if you try to do everything at once, but if you just replace a product as you run out of it, it's not so impactful on your budget or your finances.
Yeah.
And then you just start with what you use most or the area that you decide that you want to clean up first.
Well, that's what I was thinking about, because it's like, so I have an autoimmune disorder with inflammation, and so I've really, I think for the first time this year, started taking seriously the idea of not having processed foods, and like that is so much harder than I thought it would be. Like, and so I just can't, I don't know, sorry. I'm kind of blown away.
No.
Okay, so these products, have you developed these?
Yes, I formulated all of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've done everything from the ground up to formulating all the products, doing all the packaging, the labeling, everything for the brand over the years. So most of the products I infuse with the herb called yarrow.
Okay.
Yarrow is from the history, you'll hear about it a lot with like the Battle of Troy. They use yarrow to pack the heel of Achilles to stop the bleeding. And so they would use that herb in battlefields to help like wounded soldiers and things like that. And it's just one of my favorite herbs to use. It's one I kind of always go back to just because it's very nourishing to the body, and it stops all of those things that we want to stop with the skin, make you have lighter, brighter skin, all those things. So a lot of our infusions come from that, and I actually get that from Prescott. So I'll go out into the forest, get the herb.
Oh, you forage it yourself?
So you're out there, so you don't just create this, but you're actually the one out there foraging for it.
Yes.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there like a yarrow season, or can you do it?
Yeah, I mean, Arizona, pretty much all year it's blooming. Right after the snow is a good time to go and grab it. But I wait till it's nice, full, and white petals.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all around Lynx Lake up at Prescott. You'll see it. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I just keep getting blown
I know,
away
now I
every time
know.
she says it.
I'm like, I think we need a field trip.
I know, I was
It's like-
thinking that
I know,
too.
just
go
to
like
forage it.
yeah.
I know, it would
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really easy. It's right, like literally you could walk right up to the lake and there's some growing, you just cut it off and take it home.
I think that's so cool, because we went, when I used to work at the paper out here, and we went with a chef who had this tradition of like foraging his own mushrooms, and then he would cook like a 4-course meal with all of the different things that he had foraged, and I just love that. I think that's so incredible. So tell us a little bit about some of your products and what you've created then.
Yeah, so the purpose behind this really, so I'm a mom of 4 now. I kind of started this at the same time I started having kids, so it's really been a cultivation of all of that together,
Yeah.
I need a faster routine, I need something that's better for me, I need, simpler steps, all those things. So really it's designed as a simple step routine, but you can make it, more multifaceted depending on your needs.
Okay.
So, when you come to me and we're talking through your skin, I always say, do you want to spend a lot of time or a little bit of time? Because there's a bare bones to skincare. Really, especially when you're starting off, the most important thing is balancing your skin barrier. So understanding the oil production in the skin and how beneficial that is to regulate that. And then that will kind of lead you into figuring out what products work for you.
Okay.
So we have just a cleanser moisturizer option, which everybody should definitely be doing that and starting there. And then you can kind of build on that. So there's a couple different toners, a couple different serums, and then masks and exfoliants as well. So depending on what you need, there's kind of a plug and play for that.
So how important is toner?
It depends on your skin, honestly.
Okay.
So our herbal toner is like a lemongrass base. And so if you're someone who breaks out a lot, it really helps kind of mitigate that bacteria on the skin.
Okay.
But if you just want like a quick refresh in the afternoon, then we have the rose hydrating mist. So great after a workout, yoga session, quick in the morning. I mean, it's so hot in the summer here, you just cool off a little bit. So it's not essential for everyone. Every single day, but it is definitely something you should keep on hand for moments of breakouts or, peaks of hydration, things like that.
Well, I think it's as you're talking about breakouts, like, so my skin is pretty sensitive, and I what happens with me a lot is like I'll find stuff that doesn't make me break out, and then I'll just stick with it forever because I'm like, I don't want to risk,
Yeah.
So like but I am curious, right? Because basically, it's not expensive, but for whatever reason, my skin just does really well with Neutrogena. And so I've had good luck with Neutrogena products. But if I wanted something more natural, like what might be a smart way to start trying to introduce some of these products?
Yeah, for sure. So I am not a person that says overhaul your whole skin routine if you have products that you love. Although I want to encourage everybody to be clean with their beauty, because nowadays, we're trying to educate everyone on what's inside that. But if you're looking to supplement, I would say as you run out of something, if you're like, I don't love this necessarily, then you can supplement that way. Or if there's a product that you really love, just try to find something similar in like texture and smell.
Yeah.
That's a little bit more natural in the ingredients.
Yeah, because I used to use the Neutrogena night cream, and then they changed it.
Yeah.
And I started breaking out after they changed it. So now I don't have I use my daytime moisturizer at nighttime too, and for whatever reason that's driving me insane. But
it's not as thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You don't wake up with the glow that you would, because at nighttime is the best time to lock everything in, because you're not sweating, getting extra dirt, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So really nighttime, like that's the ample time to be cleaning your skin and putting all those penetrating products, so that it has the time to really soak in and do what you want it to do.
Well, and I also, as I get older, it was like, suddenly I started having almost like skin like peeling, flaking. And
That's
so
what I have
So I went
too,
to a dermatologist, and she was like, what products are you using? And she's like, you've got to change those because you're now allergic to stuff that's in them.
Really?
That I'd been using the stuff for like 20 years.
Oh, no.
And so it was time for a change, and I was like, well, what do I use? And trying to get accustomed to what was readily available. And I'm like, okay, well, this works, but it's like, it's not the end of the road. And it's like, and I have a feeling as time goes on, other things will start popping up. So
yeah, that happens. Your skin will change, hormones change, all of those things. So the types of products that you use will also need to change. Even yearly, seasonally, we change what we use from summer to winter. Maybe not so much in Arizona, right? Yeah. But in other places of the world where it snows, you want to up hydration certain times of the year and back off other times of the year. So, it's like anything where you just have to kind of try different things till you find what you love. And I say that from a place of having gone chemical free. Yeah. I'm just used to the trial and error, because some clean products, this is why people end their journey, and then you just have to keep going, because the shoe doesn't fit everybody.
Right.
You got to find what you love.
So I'm really fascinated by, so you talked about the yarrow and the lemongrass.
Yeah.
What are some of the other herbs and things that you use that have benefits?
Yeah, so I have kind of a mix of essential oils in the products now, and then whole plant therapy.
Okay.
So if you're someone who doesn't want to use essential oils, or feels that they're a little bit sensitive to that, frankincense is usually the one I go to in almost all the products that contain essential oils, because I love it. It's a big part of my story. When I got diagnosed with MS, I had full-sided numbness. And so that kind of, my dad has it, so I knew there wasn't a chance for me to get it. But working in the medical field, when I started having symptoms, I was like, okay, I know that something is off. And so that prompted me to get some MRIs to confirm it. But frankincense was the first oil that I used, and I kind of doused myself in it. I put it in my skin routine. I slept with a diffuser with it going, and it's what sort of helped reverse those symptoms.
What's in frankincense?
Frankincense
exactly?
is a resin.
Okay.
It's actually biblical. It's referenced a lot in the Bible. But basically, it's just a really earthy, grounding scent. And the thing they say with essential oils is if you smell it and you don't like it, it's your body's way of telling you need it. And so at first I was very off-put by the smell, and now I cannot get enough.
Oh, interesting.
And so it's kind of my go-to. Like,
I hadn't heard that. If you don't like
Yeah, I
it, then
didn't
your
know.
body wants it.
Huh.
yeah, it's
Okay.
something that you need internally. And so it's something that I was like, okay, I have to put this in everything just because it's such a special story for me. And it just has such great benefits to the skin. I mean, it's big for cellular rejuvenation and renewal. And so I just kind of feel like it should be in almost everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how has your medical background really influenced these products as well? Because most people, I'm assuming, creating products like this don't have that background.
Yeah, I think it's just my fascination with the skin. Like, I love it. And not like in a creepy way, but like I love talking about it. It's your largest organ. So everything you put on it from head to toe, what you sleep in, what you wear, the laundry detergent that you use, like that all goes into your body. And I don't think people realize really how many different ingredients you're exposed to, and so I think just bringing awareness to that with my diagnosis, just being able to help people understand that like it is important to know, and this is something to be considered. It's not just, oh, we'll test this perfume here. Well, what is that doing to your internal organs? People don't really relate that, and so I think that that's really important to bring awareness to that.
How was this always something that was kind of part of who you are, this natural approach? How did you decide to incorporate that into your treatment plan?
Yeah, so I guess growing up, I never really took medicine. I was just like, no, I don't need that. Like, it was sort of an instinctual thing. Like, obviously there's a place for it, antibiotic situations, things like that. But for the most part, day to day, I always try like homeopathy things. And so I wasn't really aware of all the chemicals in everything until I got into the essential oil world. And so that really opened my eyes. But the reason why I went more natural is because I watched my dad give himself a shot every weekend. It was a 2-inch needle into the thigh, and he got to a place where he couldn't even put the needle in because there was so much scar tissue.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want that. And it was like, which medication do you want to take to get off of when you're pregnant? And so I just didn't even want to go down that road. And I had just met my husband, and we were, wanting to have kids, and I didn't want to go through all of that mess.
Yeah.
And so I was fortunate enough to not be at a place in my disease where I had the opportunity and the option to explore other medicines. So that's what I did.
Okay. Yeah, that's really fascinating.
Yeah.
So how can people learn more about your products and try and buy the things that you've created here?
Yeah, so Instagram is a huge place to find me. It's Loil, Loil, life. And then also my website, same name. And so the influence of the name comes from essential oils, because that's kind of how I started. But the website, I've put so much time and energy and effort in to really explain to people like the transparency of where I get everything from, how I vet all of the suppliers, and just how I've decided to cultivate this brand. So between those two platforms, you really get a sense for who I am and what I do on a daily basis.
Are you seeing kind of an uptick in the interest in things like this? Because I feel like there's a higher level of awareness than there used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that, so in about, I think it was like 2020, there was tons of ads on social media for create your own skincare company. So a lot of those things are white labeled, so anybody can do it. And so we saw a huge shift in like the way people would spend their money and the people who wanted to start their own business. And so there's a lot more, I wouldn't say competition, but other businesses, because I believe there's room for everybody.
Right.
There's a lot of people doing skincare now, and so that's been a little bit of a change.
Okay.
But I'm all for that because I want people to know what's going on in their body.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to me, it doesn't matter how many people are like, oh, let's try this. It's like, good, you're learning, you're wanting to know what's going in the things that you're deciding to absorb.
Right, yeah. Well, this has been really, really incredible. Yeah, make sure you check out Loil Life on Instagram or through her website. This is the kind of stuff that I think it's worth the investment and paying a little bit more to actually have a chemical-free, healthy, like holistic experience for your body and your well-being. So thank you so much for being on the show with us.
Yeah, thank you guys.
We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back after this with our usual shenanigans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the morning show. I am Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're here at the
Fabulous Arizona Center. Indeed we are.
We sure are.
Now we have healthy skin.
Yeah.
And so
just by being next to her, we've got healthier skin.
Well, or just talking about it's like, issues with skin, and there's all kinds of ways to negate that.
Yeah. No, I love that she developed and formulated all of those herself.
Yeah.
I love the idea of her out foraging.
I
for the
know.
yarrow.
I'm like, I want to go get some yarrow with her.
I know. I think that sounds really
It's like,
cool.
let's go get some yarrow and then make our own little botanical thing.
That would be neat. Yeah.
So.
That could be like a cool experience that she could offer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that she's not busy with her
I'm going to
4
say,
children,
right,
but
good God, yeah.
we're just full of good ideas for busy
Other people. Because we have so much free time.
Okay, well, speaking of free time, Marshall, I know what you're doing in all of your free time, and that is obsessing over history. So why don't you share a little bit of history with us?
All right, so I know to get here, you drove.
I sure did.
So back in 1913, Tucson posted a warning stating that the state speed limit in a business district was 10 miles an hour, and that had to be observed.
I would not do well with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, the expletives that would be coming out of my mouth when we're going down Van Buren at 10
that
mile an hour.
doesn't even feel like you're moving. Like,
so yeah.
whenever you get in a school zone and I'm like, am I moving? I think I'm moving.
Right.
I can't stand it.
It's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Ugh.
So I just thought it was very funny that 10 mile an hour in business districts. There you go.
Forget where, it might have been on a Disney property where I can't remember, the speed limit was 13, and I thought that was so weird. Like not 10, not 15, 13.
13.
Yeah.
Just to be a little more.
I don't know.
Did you follow it?
I tried just because I was curious. Like, what?
Well, maybe
I felt like maybe a new dimension opened up if you went exactly 13. It's like Back to the Future. Once you hit, 82, you just go somewhere else. Yeah.
Suddenly you wind up dressed in polka dots and sitting next to Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I could remember where that was at. That was really funny. Anyway.
All right. So now that we can go faster than 10 mile an hour in business districts, which is always a good thing, let's talk about some things we could celebrate.
Woohoo!
So, I tried to celebrate this, but I went to a place and they were closed.
What?
So Empanada Day.
Oh yeah, empanadas.
Empanada.
Yum.
So basically, its Spanish origins derived from basically to mean breaded. So coated in bread or dough, delicious. And so I was trying for Republic empanadas out in Mesa.
So is a pizza pocket an empanada?
A kitsch in their version, yes. In their definition, yes. A pizza pocket is an empanada.
So we could still celebrate.
But that's very lowbrow.
Well, apparently we are lowbrow with our kitsch.
So, but yeah, no, I mean, it's like I love Republicans. I mean, my gosh, they have so many different fillings.
Yeah.
And so, and I was like, ooh, that would be a great way to celebrate.
That would be.
But it's,
Close.
we have no tacos
Yeah.
nor empanadas
Boo!
today. But you know what we could do?
What?
Baby massage day.
I don't have a baby. Do you have a baby?
No, we don't have a baby
Don't
here.
go find a random baby and do this. Like, that's not a good idea.
Free massages.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, not a good thing.
Should we move on from
But-
this one quickly?
But I mean, it really, it helps with that emotional bonding of just that touch between parent and child. And so it's also just really healthy and helps them relax and just create stronger connections to their parents.
You could call me baby and give me a massage. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, but one of your husbands would probably be disappointed by that. Probably not. Also, it is Draw a Bird Day.
Oh, fun.
So basically, it is celebrated because back in the 1940s, there was a young woman who went to go visit her uncle who was in the hospital healing from a war injury. And she asked him to draw her a bird. Mm-hmm. He did, and it was really bad.
Yeah.
And she started laughing because he was not a good artist.
Yeah.
And so this is a day, it doesn't matter your talent.
Yeah.
Can you draw a bird? Doesn't really matter.
Honestly, you could just draw like the seagulls on the horizon and just
Oh,
do
just
like the two
yeah,
little
exactly.
eyebrow lines.
Yeah, almost like a W.
There you go.
Yeah. And suddenly just,
It's a bird.
right. So there you go. And then just for you,
What?
I know how you like small things.
I do.
So Pygmy Hippo Day.
Yes.
So indeed, I was like, look at that. Now, pygmy hippos are about half the height of hippopotamus and weigh less than a quarter of a full-sized hippo. And they diverged from hippos about 10 million years ago. And you can now find yourself a pygmy hippo.
Cute.
So you could have your own little pygmy horse ranch with some hippos.
Some tiny horses.
Yeah, some hippos.
pygmies.
Yeah.
Oh.
So-
Oh, the dream is coming alive. So cute.
Not for Pat or Charlie.
No.
So,
Well, Charlie would probably enjoy it, actually.
I'm sure the pygmy hippo would put him in his place.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Exactly. Or birthday, or anything
Any
else.
occasion, really.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. It doesn't
I'll
matter.
take
You just want a miniature horse and a pygmy hippo.
Yeah. I wonder at what age you can stop holding a pygmy hippo. I mean, they're still probably pretty freaking heavy.
Well, yeah. If they weigh like a quarter of a hippo, I'd say early on because I'm like, hippos are known for being large and
Yes, yeah.
so even a quarter of that
Would
is
be a
still
lot, yeah.
Right, exactly.
I know.
So
Well. Okay, well, if you don't have a baby to massage or empanadas to eat, or basically you're like Marshall and I would love to share a list with you of things that you can do today.
So you can have empanadas.
Well, this first one is not our speed, Marshall, but I think it sounds like a very lovely night, a way to spend your Tuesday night. It is sewing night at Heat Sink Labs in Mesa
fun.
at 7 p.m. You basically can come and hone your needle and thread skills and learn the ways of the cloth. I love this because they say beginners are welcome and experts are appreciated. So.
And I love Heat Sink Labs so much.
Yeah, it's super cool. So it's totally free. All ages are welcome, and it's from 7 to 10 p.m. That is off of Main Street in Mesa, if you don't know where Heat Sink Labs
It's a
is.
huge space, and they have, as a member, you can actually like a CNC router. They have folks around to help you build things.
Yeah.
So a really great group of folks down there.
Yeah, super cool. Definitely just a cool thing to check out, period. So
Yeah, so if you're not going for the sewing, just go check it out because it is such a cool thing to go hang out.
We've also got Orchid Fever at the Desert Botanical Garden in Phoenix.
I just went.
I saw you posted about
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So basically, this is the opening of a new exhibit gallery. The garden presents its first ever orchid exhibit, showcasing colorful blooms, delightful scents, wild textures. It's supposed to engage all of your senses, and they invite you to stroll through the gallery to explore rare and elegant plants artfully paired with cactus and succulents in a bold display in the Sonoran Desert. They actually open pretty early. They open up at 8 a.m. and stay open till 8 p.m. So you've got 12 full hours to enjoy this. Adults are about $35 for admission, and then children can come in for about $20. So what did you think? Did you like it?
It was really cool. I mean, it was so interesting to see orchids next to cacti and succulents, because it's like you don't really think of those two together.
Yeah.
The space itself is a little bit of a hot box, so it's temperature controlled, and you meant orchids,
yeah.
right? Exactly. So it was really interesting to see the variety of orchids and kind of the displays of them.
Yeah, neat. Well, that sounds lovely. We've also got Play Date on the Green at Verde in Cooley Station at 9 a.m. You can basically hop on over for an exciting time at our Little Peeps party, April 8th from 9 to 11 a.m. So there's going to be an Easter egg hunt at 9:30. There'll be fun crafts and activities, all Easter themed, some live music, a bounce house, spring photo ops. Totally free admission. It is from 9 a.m. to 11, and this is off of Williamsfield Road in Gilbert. So good time for the kiddos to start celebrating Easter a little early.
So when you eat peeps, do you like them fresh out of the cellophane, or do you like put them on the refrigerator for a week or two so they get a little hard shell?
I do not eat peeps, so neither.
Well, there you go.
You know what, I actually didn't mind peeps. I would eat them fresh, but then we did like when I was working at the paper, we did a peep flavor test, like taste testing thing.
Oh.
And it was so many peeps, and it was just so like, I just haven't wanted a peep ever since.
Did the flavors taste different? Because
They do, yeah, they do.
Okay.
But it's also just like so much sugar, you know?
Right.
Like, it's
Oh,
like,
yeah, right. I mean, it's sugar coated in sugar within like a little bit of sugar drawn on for eyes and.
Yeah, and it's like,
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's not like I dislike peeps now, but like it's that feeling of when I see them at the store, I'm like,
Okay.
I can go without that.
Understandable. And so, all right. So besides going for an Easter themed event out in Gilbert, what are some other things that we could be doing?
This one is for some of the grown-ups that I think are probably watching. Smart Money, empowering through financial planning at Bellevue Community Center in Phoenix. This is happening at 1 p.m. So basically, they're partnering with a couple of different organizations to bring you a workshop that's designed to help you take control of your finances. So these happen the second Tuesday of each month, and they will be talks all around budgeting, financial planning, managing your credit, and they are open to the public and totally free to attend. So kind of a good little series to
Nice.
get up to par with all that. And last but not least, we've got music trivia night at 8 Nick's Tavern in Phoenix at 7 p.m. Top teams will receive gift cards and prizes. I've never been to 8 Nick's, so I can't say that I'm familiar, but I always think music trivia sounds like a blast. So 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. There is absolutely no cover. You can just join in for the fun and have a good time.
Fun, because who doesn't love a good time?
We certainly love a good time around here.
Indeed. All right, so let's chat about some birthdays.
Wake up, hey, it's your birthday. Jump up, go have a great day. Everyone has come to see you. Make a wish and hope it comes true.
All right, so today is Juan Ponce de Leon's birthday.
Third time's a charm.
I know. I was like Juan Ponce. I was like, what is that alliteration? So he is credited with the first official European expedition through Florida back in 1513. Now you might know him, and I thought this was interesting, from the Fountain of Youth, which was actually added into his life after he passed away to discredit him, which I thought was interesting. So even though he's known for the Fountain of Youth, he didn't actually try
is.
to follow the Fountain of Youth.
And we've got our own
And
little Fountain of Youth
indeed, we have our
products
own little products to help us find
with
the Fountain of
Loil
Youth.
Life.
Yeah.
Skincare of the earth. I like that.
I know.
It's nice. So we're excited to try that.
Indeed. So that's going to be fun, as well as, okay, so we were earlier just talking about Daisy Duke.
We were.
So it is John Schneider's birthday. So he was on Dukes of Hazzard with Daisy.
He was.
So indeed, so he is turning 65 today.
Okay.
So, I mean, he basically broke through as Bo Duke in that classic TV show from the late 70s through the mid 80s. Then launched a movie career, was also in Smallville, as well as one of Tyler Perry's TV series, The Haves and the Have-Nots. He most recently, and I thought this was funny, competed as a donut in season 10 of The Masked Singer. And I looked up and I tried to find a photo of him
As
and the
donut?
Yeah, and it was kind of horrifying. I was like, wow. Well, there you go. It is also Izzy Stradlin. And so he is the original guitarist for Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
And the only reason why I threw him in is I didn't realize that Guns N' Roses was basically, I knew Axl Rose's mom. And so didn't realize that they were local musicians when they started. And then,
Yeah, that is cool.
and then Patricia Arquette.
Yeah, I love the Arquette family.
Exactly. I mean, True Romance with Quentin Tarantino, Adam Sandler and Little Nicky. She also won an Academy Award for her role in Boyhood, as well as Alison Dubois in the hit series Medium.
And now she's getting another resurgence of fame with Severance, which is huge. I think you might be the only person.
I'm probably the only one, because I know
not
somebody
watching
somebody else was just talking about it today.
Yeah.
So, and I just thought I was like, Alison Dubois, who's local as well.
Yeah.
And so she is turning 56.
Well, happy
So
birthday.
exactly.
I very much enjoyed her on Severance. She's been one of my favorite parts of that show.
See, everyone keeps saying I shouldn't watch it, but there's so many shows right now. It's like, oh, you got to watch it, and I'm like, ah.
No, this one's special. This show's special. You got to watch it.
All right, I will at some point.
Yeah.
Is it bingeable?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that might be my moment. It's just like
Yeah.
barrel through a bunch of episodes at once.
Yeah.
All right. So those are some birthdays today, but we would love to celebrate you. Maybe you have a business, maybe you've got a birthday, maybe you gave a baby massage.
Stop it. The baby massages.
So, I mean, there's so many things that we
Maybe you
need.
figured out how to tie your shirt and not look like Daisy Duke in Dukes of Hazzard.
That is true. Or
We don't care.
Right, exactly. Whatever you've done, we want to celebrate you, because it's, it's not just the big things, but it's also the little things.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, so many times it's more the little things than it is the big things.
Yes.
So, and you can find us, you can reach out to us on Instagram at On The Morning Show, or email is hello@onthemorningshow.com. We would love to hear from you. I know Courtney would love to hear your advice that you're looking for on dating, connections, love, things like that. We would just love to hear from you about, hey, what's going on? And if you have events.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it when you send in events. Always happy to include events that you or your company or your business are hosting. We're also open to partnerships, so let us know and reach out all the ways Marshall just said, hello@onthemorningshow.com, or on Instagram @onthemorningshow. Well, it has been a fun Tuesday, even without the tacos or empanadas.
I know. So our pre-hump day has been good.
Yes, our Hump Day Eve has been a fabulous one. We hope it's been so fun for you too. We will be back with you on Wednesday, and keep it real until then. We'll be with you in the morning.
Bye.